his name is...
It's John Bunday. Hello Internet, it's John Bunday and something a bit different today. So I don't normally talk about graphic novels, comics, whatever, unless if it has been a pickup. But I've just finished reading the Essential Judge Dredd, and if it looks a bit different, that's because I picked this up from the library when I went in there at the weekend with my kids so they get some books. I say the youngest is like 2 in September, so he's not really getting books yet. But anyway. And the reason why I would talk about it is because, okay, I've heard of Judge Dredd for decades. I guess really my first memory of him was about the Sylvester Stallone movie, which I've never seen. I feel like I should go watch that, but I've never seen it. And then, you know, I know there's also been like a redo movie, a remake. Again, haven't seen that. But I know that Judge Dredd and then 2000 AD was like a British-made comic book series, which has been going on for a very long time. But all I knew was like, oh, it's like this mega city, you know, the judges of the law and all that kind of stuff. You know, America, by way of British people doing it. But then people kept recommending it. And then, you know, earlier on this year, I played Judge Dredd, Dredd vs. Death, the game. I was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. And then when I was in the library and saw that this was the first Essential collection, I was like, oh, I'll give that a try. It's not what I was expecting. So, for those who've played Judge Dredd, Dredd vs. Death, the game, yeah, so that is pretty much you going in as a first-person shooter because the dark judges, these ethereal beings who want to kill all of humanity, eventually get loose and then go and cause some havoc and you have to stop them. So, you know, you're going off to save the day. Okay. As kind of what I was expecting with this. First of all, the storylines in this, there's nothing like that. The Dark Judges don't get mentioned once, and I get the feeling they might be a bit of a recurring thing in the series. Hello. Comments tell me otherwise. This is definitely about, like, politics, democracy, fascism. Things that were definitely not in the game. And what surprised me even more is that the stories, okay, this isn't like, oh, issues 1 through whatever. This is a hand-picked hand-picked issues that they feel are the essential storylines. And for majority of them, Dredd is featured, but it kind of feels like that he's there, but the stories aren't focusing on him. Like, the characters that are the focus of those stories have to react to him, but Dredd isn't the driving force, which surprised me. Like, when you have a series that is called like Judge Dredd, I expected it to be like, oh, we follow Judge Dredd as he does his adventures. No. So, I mean, like, just to try and give you a bit of a look through. So, you know, it is about the very first issue, is about people who storm a television station, you know, saying we want democracy. Then after that, it's about people going on a march for democracy. I'm not going to tell you how it all goes because, you know, read it for yourself. It is definitely worth a read. I should probably show you some of the artwork. So, you know, like, it starts off with like issues from the 80s. The colouring, I think, is fantastic. I just think the art is fantastic. And glares. But the middle of the book is a series called America, and I think the artwork in this is just absolutely fantastic. The artist did like this America run, and then did some of the stories after that were in this, and then there is just like a sharp turn with the final set of stories where, you know, I mean the art's okay, but you know, it's like night and day, like the difference. I'm trying to find a good example of from the America kind of line. America line? I mean, good examples of like the artwork. I don't know, it's just not just... It's the way that the people are drawn, like when you see like they're fighting, like the clothes, like where it bunches up as like they're in different positions. You know, that level of detail, like how well that comes across, but you know. And then for the last couple of stories, don't get me wrong, it works. I mean, it's not bad. It's just such a shift that I kind of wish that they all were like that, but I get, you know, the artists probably then go off and do different series, different like publishers, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you haven't tried it, I honestly do recommend it. Picking this up, it is not what I expected, and if you like kind of stories that are not just about politics, but there's also that, like that America storyline, I don't really want to ruin it, but it's not about the country America, it's about a woman called America. Yeah, it's I'm gonna try and pick up the next one to read. Hopefully the library will have it. I haven't got the shelf space to start picking these all up, but yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a recommendation, something to read, give it a go.